Hello, mate. Hello, mate. How are we?
Oh, hang on, hang on.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, can't hear you, yes, but I will see it.
Can you hear me now?
Um,
Hang on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Steve? Okay.
hold on a sec, mate. Hold on a sec. Uh, speaker. Can you hear me now? Yeah. I'm taking you off mute. Can you go? No,
Can you hear me?
oh, yeah, I can hear you now, mate. I can hear you now.
Sorted. How you doing?
Better. Okay. I don't know whether thing he's doing us. Nicky from Luigi Wellbeing.
No idea.
I'm trying to figure out.
It
Oh.
threw me a little bit because when I clicked on the link in it, I go onto Safari automatically, and it said I should be using Chrome, so I had to copy the link and jump in.
What's the app, Tom, where you can like use it as a whiteboard in like sort of like a notepad sort of thing?
I don't know because I usually use Zoom, and it's
Yeah,
kind of it's automatically in there.
kind of
Don't know
intuitive.
you
Yeah,
do
I might end up using Zoom. To be fair, my yearly subscription ran out of Zoom and I didn't renew it because I wasn't using it as much. But
Fair enough.
I shall.
Yeah,
I might just end up going back to Zoom. To be fair.
I think I've been on Riverside about twice in the past.
Yeah. You know what? Riverside actually has been a game changer for like recording remote podcasts and stuff. But yeah, we'll get into it. So you're the inspiration for today, to be fair, mate. Mastering a YouTube channel. Like I'm a bit obsessed with YouTube as well.
Do what?
So firstly, you're the inspiration for today's topic because um, you inspired it because you asked the question. But I'm glad you did ask that question because with all YouTube, I'm fascinated by YouTube at the moment. I've got this theory that like we are live. When are we? Two seconds, mate. Yeah, so I'm absolutely fascinated by YouTube at the moment in the sense that it's different from like the other social channels in the sense that to watch a video, you have to click the video rather than it just getting served up to you.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. But what we'll do is we'll take it in like a logical order. I'm recording this session, by the way, so I can put it back into the community. And I want to do like different topics every single week. I want to just make this a regular thing and try and get more people on the lives every week. So even if it's just one person turning up, it doesn't really matter because it's going to get recorded and put in there anyway. So today we're going to be covering crafting a signature offer and launching on YouTube. Now, with the podcast and stuff we do in the content room, we're doing like loads and loads and loads of podcasts now, which is obviously great. But I don't know if you've seen in the news last week, the BBC are like contemplating what to do with the TV license fee, because I think like 500,000 households didn't renew the TV license because they're all moving to streaming, which is like YouTube, Netflix, sports, streaming, all that kind of stuff, which is mad. It's a big change, right? So less people are watching like terrestrial television and more people are going to like connected television, meaning YouTube. And I'm finding I consume a lot of YouTube on my TV. So if that's not a reason enough to like get onto YouTube, then definitely do. I've got this theory in like 10 years' time, there won't be a BBC or an ITV or Channel 4 as we know it now. It will all be streamed through YouTube.
I agree. I mean, I'm exactly the same. Very rarely watch anything on the Beeb or ITV. I spend a lot of time on YouTube learning because there's loads of great stuff out there from content creators. I tell you how to blow up your YouTube channels. And then if I do want to watch a movie or I want to watch a series, I'll go on to like Apple TV or Netflix or whatever. So I didn't realize you couldn't actually renew your TV license. I thought it was illegal, but now I know you can do that. I might cancel mine.
Yeah, same. It's mad, me. So the BBC, and it's to the point now where the BBC are actually contemplating it. It's like, if you think of all the subscriptions, that they all add up, right? Like, you've got Netflix, you've got Disney Plus, you've got Prime, you've got Paramount, you've got DAZN, you've got BT Sport, like all Sky, all of them together cost a bloody fortune. And it got to the point where it was costing me over 200 quid a month. So in the end, I just went, nah, no more of this. Like, I'm consuming most of my content on YouTube now. Like, I literally study my favorite creators online to kind of try to emulate what they're doing. And the conclusion that it came to is what I kind of teach now, and that I'm going to drop this in this training session today. So when it comes to like all my social media pro clients, so just to give a bit of context on this, Social Media Pro started out as like a coaching program to help people like basically start and make the first pound on social media. But as it's kind of like improved and iterated over time, it's kind of turned into a bit of like a consultancy where a lot of the people we get in are kind of already started posting in some form. They're doing something at least. But they might not be like posting the right stuff. For example, they might be posting graphics, photos, maybe the odd video here and there, but nothing like with like real value in. And having studied like over 100 brands doing this, the mind-numbing hours of doing it, we teach this stuff now. So the first thing we always talk about is the offer. The offer is like your value proposition to basically exchange with someone. And that's literally just what it is. It's just an exchange of value. So they get a load of value from you, you get some value from them because you're gonna get compensated for it. That's it. So a lot of people say to me, like, how do we actually get to that point where we've got an offer that like is irresistible to the people we're trying to help? And think of it like I wanted to get on the whiteboard today to draw like a Venn diagram, but I couldn't get it up. So it's one of them where I will learn this over time. So we start with a Venn diagram of 3 buckets. The first bucket is, I don't like this term, but pain points. So pain points can be frustrations, physical pain, emotional triggers, just things that like a kind of inconvenience. So for example, a pain point in my scenario might be someone might not want to speak on camera. They don't like the sound of their own voice. Or a pain point could be, I know that I need to be posting, but I don't know what to post. It could be, I've posted before and it didn't go very well, or I spent all day on a video and it got like 2 views, one of it with my mum, and she commented like some random comments. Yeah, so that's like a pain point. I always use like the losing weight example because everyone can relate to that in some way. Everyone knows someone wants to lose weight or whatever. If you want to lose weight, it could be, I don't feel confident. It could be, I've tried slimming well, it didn't work. It could be, you know, I've been the same weight for years, so it's always going to be the same. All these are like sort of pain points, limiting beliefs, emotional triggers, things that just kind of like stand in the way of them or objecting to the fact that they can achieve a goal. So that's the first one. Now, if you think of your sort of perfect ideal clients, I bet you can think of like a load of stuff for them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So straight away, if we're going to launch on YouTube, we can basically write out, I could probably write out 30, 40 different ones just for my particular avatar. You probably could too if you really just iterated it. Now, I used to spend a lot of time on this, like going through it with a fine-tooth comb. Totally transparent. AI can do a lot of that heavy lifting now. So it's not perfect when you prompt AI. Sometimes I find like some of the AI tools doing this stuff is quite agreeable. So they just kind of agree with you just for the sake of agreeing with you. So I've programmed ChatGPT now where I say to it literally, I don't want you to just agree with me. If I'm talking bollocks, tell me I'm talking bollocks.
I've done the same with mine.
Yeah.
I just say that I don't want any fluff in this one, and he goes, "Okay, Tom. You know, here's a straightforward answer."
Yeah. That's it. And sometimes I find you can like back it into a corner as well. So if it's not giving you the answer at once, you can kind of prompt it in a way that like kind of like goes, all right, I'm giving up now. Oh, there she is. There she is, Nikki at Woozy Wellbeing.
Good morning.
I'm not swearing. Good morning. I just had to sit down because I thought I'd join you quickly as I walked back. Oh my God, that's tested my brain this morning. I'll be back in the house in a minute.
You look like you're somewhere abroad.
I don't know. I have no idea how to mute this, but good morning. What a lovely morning.
You look like you're in a tropical paradise.
You do. You look like in the Bahamas or something. You look like you're abroad.
And I can't hear you. Go
on. So next thing, we'll just carry on. You're going to get the recording this anyway, Nikki. So all good. The next thing after pain points is knowledge gaps. So knowledge gaps are basically, without teaching us to pull teeth, things that people don't know which they need to know. So think about what can't they get anywhere else on someone else's channel. So if you think of like what a competitor is doing, I don't follow competitors for the sake of like, oh, they're doing good content, I'm going to copy it. It's like, what are they not talking about, which I can talk about? So again, a knowledge gap. Things like, did you know statements are good. Like, did you know that 81% of people who start on YouTube never make it to 1,000 subscribers? Did you know that if you make 21 podcasts, that you'd be in the top 1% of podcasters in the world? Did you know that most people have great ideas but never take action on them? So did you know statements like that are great for like filling knowledge gaps? Someone might know it, but like sort of like shocking statistics. And I think like shampoo adverts do a great job of this. They'll say like 71 out of 100 people recommend Head and Shoulders for the, you know, the quality of the shampoo or whatever. And that's like a really good to add like shock value. Another great thing in that, I'm going to throw some hooks in here as well, is like future pacing. And Tom, you might know a bit more about this than me, about like future pacing people into like a future reality. So like imagine statements. Imagine a world where I could help you create a signature offer and launch on YouTube. Imagine that. Imagine I could help you lose 2 stone in weight and feel great about yourself. Imagine I could talk you through a process where I'm going to lead you to better mental health. This is like taking people out of their current like pain points and future pacing them into a reality where that's not the case. So awesome. Another great hook on that. So there's did you know statements, imagine statements, and what if I told you statements. What if I told you that? Yeah. What if I told you that in 3 months' time, you could have a YouTube channel that's blowing up? These like statements that you can make in your content is unreal. Like really effective stuff. So there's pain points, there's knowledge gaps, and then the last one is frequently asked questions. So Tom, if you've got a question for me in the social media group, there's a chance that someone else will have the same question. And if you're getting the same question frequently, rather than answering it separately every single time, make something on YouTube that answers that question. So I'm getting a big question I get all the time when I ask people about big ideas is, well, I've got nothing to offer. I've got nothing to like give to people. So if someone wants to come along and like sort of work with me, I've actually got nothing to give. And I get that all the time. So the reason why this is a really effective training today is because I can use this asset as a recording. When if someone else asks me that question, I say, well, actually, in my social media group, I've just done this training. Go and watch that video. That'll give you some value, builds trust. Later down the line, I might be able to put it on YouTube as like a standalone video, and I can use that as like kind of when someone asks me that question, I can direct them to the channel, building subscribers, offering value. Later down the line, they might become a client, and that'll be a cool thing because also be helping them, right? So there's pain points, knowledge gaps, and frequently asked questions. And I think I've been through this with you, Nikki, before. But if you made like 10, I made a list of like 10 pain points, 10 frequent asked questions, and 10 knowledge gaps for your business and for your ideal clients, you'd have a month's worth of content straight away. So you'd have a content idea every day. So the content that you need to start on YouTube it's there. It's within that. So when it comes to building an offer, all these issues, okay, so let me ask you the question. What's the biggest issue that your clients face? The biggest issue?
Well, I put it under the general anxiety or general banner of anxiety, but then within that, some of them, a lot of them might be sleeping, so insomnia is a big issue. A lot of them, it's just that general sense of worry and dread that they have as soon as they wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
A lot of them have muscle tension, upset stomachs. There's all those physical symptoms going on, and kind of overarching that is just that sense of worry that you get when you have anxiety.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I don't love that, but I love that. I love it as a topic. So your offer, your main signature offer, if that's the main thing that you help people with, that should be the thing that that's the main outcome they get in your main thing. So after working with you, Tom, for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, however long your set program is, afterwards, I should have a reduction in dread and anxiety in the morning, or it be gone. And that's the big outcome, right? It might not be a permanent thing, but you've got the frameworks. You can provide framework. It's like me saying, we're going to do this YouTube training today. There's no guarantee you'll be successful on YouTube as a result of it, but I've given you the framework for you to be successful. And it's like almost like giving people a set of crutches, letting them balance a little bit, or putting stabilizers on a kid's bike, and then when you take them off down the line, at least they know kind of what to do, rather than just not have a clue and just hurt themselves. So with that said, obviously as time goes on, the more they practice, the more they get comfortable with it, and the more they'll obviously cure that thing. But the main offer should be something about reducing that main problem. So when we talk about pain points, knowledge gaps, frequently asked questions, we can pick these individual problems that come up in these topics and make micro offers around them things. So I might create something where it's how to get more confidence at speaking on camera. I might make that's a micro offer. I can say launch in Social Media Pro, we're gonna help you launch on YouTube. I could say we're just gonna make your first penny from Instagram. These micro offers solve little sort of problems within the niche, but the main offer, the signature offer, should solve the big problem. The big problem that my clients face is they're posting content, but they're not making any money. The social media is just almost like a vanity project, because they're putting content out, but they're not they're not generating. They're not using social media as like a client acquisition platform. They're using it as like a social platform. So what we do is we put all the frameworks in place to help them sort of monetize, whether that's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. And so the signature offer should solve the big problem, and then you can create micro offers around the lesser problems, let's say. So like speaking on camera, it's not like a main problem that I'm solving. It's not like a big problem for someone. It's like part of, it's a micro problem as part of the bigger problem. So in order for someone to be successful on social media, I'd argue that speaking on camera is the barrier to entry. It's like, if you want to be successful, you're gonna, at some point, you're gonna have to speak on camera. It's like saying, it's the equivalent of saying, if someone wants to lose weight, at some point, they're just gonna have to accept, they're just gonna have to restrict the calories a bit. It's like, it's an inconvenient truth, but it's a truth. Like, just once the quicker you do it, the better it will be for you, really. And that's kind of it. So that's like, if we list out all them pain points and list out all the knowledge gaps and list out all the frequent asked questions, I guarantee there'll be micro problems, but there will be bigger problems embedded within that. And that big problem that you're solving should be the main offer of what you do. Now, when people visit your YouTube channel, they should be getting all these micro problems and all these bigger problems kind of solved. And I don't gatekeep anything. So everything that like you're finding here will be on my social in some way, shape or form. I'm not giving you all the answers, but I'm giving you a framework to be successful. Any questions so far? I know I've talked a lot there.
No, it all makes sense. You know, I think that kind of last point is really say think about actually using your social media to bring in clients rather than just posting stuff for the sake of posting it. I think a lot of the time I get sucked into, you know, trying to be clever with my content and trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about. And the only offer I've got at the moment is to actually come and, you know, sign up and do some one-to-one sessions with me.
Yeah.
Like I said in the group the other day, I probably need a lower point entry offer than that. So maybe it is a PDF that talks to you about how to deal with insomnia or whatever. To kind of tease people in.
You can actually use your YouTube channel as a point of reference for these lead magnets as well. So what I do now, and I'm not saying this is like the only way to do it, but it's a way that's kind of working for me, is if I'm getting a frequently asked question about something, I will make a video similar to this. I'll just get on a Riverside or YouTube and I'll just create it. And then I will use that video as a lead magnet itself. So if I'm getting a frequently asked question, let's use yours as an example, Tom. Let's say I'm having dread in the morning and I can't, for some reason, every morning I'm waking up and I've got dread and it's causing me to anxiety and it's putting me off going to work, and it's just not ideal, and I'm getting a bit worried about it. And I come to you and I ask you the question, Tom, how can I get rid of this dread? I've got this like anxiety of getting to work. Don't really want to speak to people in the morning. And that's it. If you're getting that question off more than 2 people, it's probably a safe bet that more people are going to have that issue. Therefore, you can create an asset, which is 10, 15, 20 minutes long, is a YouTube video. Stick it on YouTube as a standalone video. You can put it public or you can put it unlisted if you want. And you can use your call to action in your content as, if you're struggling in the morning with dread and anxiety, which a lot of people do, I've created a 15-minute training that will help you solve that problem. Direct them to your YouTube channel. It's a great way of doing it. Go on, Nikki.
You know, you're saying create a question. You're creating a question on YouTube.
Yeah, so the question, like, how can I reduce dread in the morning?
That's the title of the piece, is it?
Your title can be how to reduce dread in the morning.
So that's the title of the actual video that draws people in.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
yeah, the video. We'll get into this in the YouTube section of it. But as an offer, these lead magnets that you're creating, you might end up with a series of 15, 20 frequently asked questions. You've created an asset for all of them. So every time you get that question, you can direct them to that video.
Okay.
So if I get a question, how to create a signature offer and launch on YouTube, how do I do that? I can point them to this video now as a recording. And I can say, right, I've given Tom and Nikki a training. Go and watch that video. It'll really help you. And
Tom,
after that, hopefully they've got enough value to go, okay, I've took a lot of value from that. I can do it myself. Or if they can't, they might hire us to help them with it.
and could you have links like, you know, so obviously I'm sitting here listening to Tom because I've done exactly what Tom is talking about. I can't sleep because I wake up with the thing ideas in the middle of the night or whatever. I can't get sleep. So I've worked with, you know, hypnotherapy as well. So I mean, I think I could do grounding the body, then I do put my hypnotherapy tape on. So I could like say, right, you know, could you be linking to other people as well, you know, in terms of getting to the body, and then I put on the hypnotherapy recording from Tom, or you know, you speak to, you know, can you link to other people? Because I think that's a useful thing to do, like collaborations and stuff as well.
Yeah, you can tag people in on YouTube now. I don't think you can do like a collaboration as such, but you can tag people in. So I can make a video with Tom or you. Say I sat down with Tom Phillips today and we've done an interview and a podcast, and we can spread that across both channels. Yeah.
I think it's a good idea to, you know, if you tag in, certainly influencers are well known and within an area. I'm not quite to that level yet, but I will get there, and say, you know, this is a great video from Tom, talks about these points, and actually this is what I would add to it as well. So you're building on on the platform they've already, you know, built, and you're acknowledging their expertise.
Yeah.
And saying that actually I would add this in as well.
Yeah, for sure. So that kind of, so once you've got that, and write this down, by the way, because this is a really good like little framework. So it's a sentence. I help. Let me find this in my social media blueprints.
When you've told me all this, Steve, but sometimes it goes in and you need this. Quite good to get like a reminder as well, isn't it?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this. I know. I'm going to do this coffee and content session every single week now. I'm going to cover just the topic that people want done, and it gives me a good idea of what people are thinking as well in terms of like what I can create as content. So where is it? I'm going to send you over my social media blueprints as well later. So all this will be in there. Where are we?
You okay, Tom? I'm sorry about my entrance. I was like,
about it. I had a similar thing because I automatically gone to Safari and then it told me I needed to go in through Chrome. So I just had to quickly switch to Chrome and cut and paste the link.
Okay, so there's a few things you've got to consider when it comes to the offer, and we'll round this up. We'll round this up now in the offer sense because I want to move on to the YouTube stuff. You've got to know who it's for, what the goal of it is. Now you can have multiple offers in your business. It's not, you know, I'm not saying stick to one offer, but you should have a signature offer, which is like your main premium thing. Now I call this a value ladder. So imagine every step of the ladder offers a higher level of value. So I always refer to marketing. So if you're creating free content, that's a service. That is your first service. It's a free service, but it's a service. So by putting YouTube content out there or putting any content out there in the world, that is a service to someone. Because if I'm putting content out and you watch that video and it helps you in some way, I've served you. To me, that's a service, even though it's a free service. So that's the first level of the value ladder. The second level of the value ladder is something just quite cheap, quite easy to buy into. Like, for example, the social media pro community, $6.99 a month or $49.99 a year. It's super easy for people to sign up to that. It's not like a huge, it's not going to make or break someone, 50 quid for the year. But hopefully you get enough value within that community to justify 50 quid a year. Now, I would argue that if you can't sign up one client over the course of a year based on social media stuff we're going to cover, I mean, I'm doing my job wrong, right? So that's an easy justification to spend the money. So can you create something that's like really sort of low ticket? It's like not a massive commitment, but offers a tremendous amount of value. The next level up from that is some form of like group, or some form of like community-based thing. So from a coaching perspective, it could be, I've created a course, like a mini course. That's like a cheap thing. The next level up is like a group coaching, and then the next level up from that's like a one-to-one coaching. And the idea being is the closer they get into your one-to-one time, the more expensive it is. That's the idea of it. It's a great model by Daniel Priestley. He talks about this. It's like the more expensive you are, it means the closer they are to your one-to-one time. And Mel Robbins does this model as well. It's like, so you've got like free content, then a small investment, then a medium-sized investment, then a super expensive one. And the jump from the medium to the super expensive is like quite fast. So we'll do something like 50 quid. It's like 50 quid for the year, and then it's something like 200 quid a month, and then it's like $5 grand. It's like a massive jump in price because one-to-one time is super, super valuable. So with the content room stuff we're doing now, we're charging like, say, £1,000 for a package. That's way more expensive than the social media pro community, which you get 50 quid for the year. But you get so much value that you want to kind of climb the ladder and get closer to it. And that's the idea of it. So you need to know who it's for, what the goal of it is, how it actually works, how it will be delivered, any guarantees that you can sort of attach to it, some scarcity and urgency. So, I've only got 5 spaces opening this month, and once them 5 are gone, I don't have any more. Now, for me, like, I limit the number of one-to-one clients we do now in the content room in our main package, because I want to give the most tremendous amount of value to that offer. In my lower offers, I can be a bit more flexible, and I can be a bit more, what's the word? I can be a bit more sort of pragmatic around that stuff. Whereas the one-to-one sort of, £1,000 plus investments, I don't do a lot of them because I want to make it really personal. One of our core values is meaningful relationships. I want to have great relationships with everyone we work with. So to do that, we just got to limit numbers, and that creates a bit of scarcity around the offer. And the urgency is, if you don't sign up by tonight, then you're not in. Like, you create that little bit of like urgency around it. So it's not like someone can, like, there's pros and cons to it, right? So if you said like you can sign up anytime, like I take on clients, if you came to me today or tomorrow or next week or next month, I'm always going to be taking on clients. There's no urgency around that, but it gives people an option to be a bit more relaxed. If you create the urgency and say, right, okay, I'm only taking on 3 people every month maximum, if you're not signed up by the 15th of the month, you're not starting for the next month. That's agency. So that's like a cool thing they can just like sort of tie into your offer. Where are we? Let's get this down. Where are we? Where's all this down? Let's confirm it. Okay, so it's I help X person. So I help business owners, I help coaches, I help normal people, I help women between 35 and 50, I help men between 40 and 45. I help Wirral-based men. I help Liverpool-based men. I help Liverpool-based women. Whatever your avatar is, you help. I help this person overcome X problem. So in your case, Tom, it might be I help men and women between 35 and 45 overcome morning dread without the bullshit, guru advice that you might get online. I help coaches make their first. I help coaches sign their first clients on social media without the camera shyness, while gaining camera confidence. So it's I help X person overcome problem without is a big thing. Without is the big objection. So without the pain point, without the knowledge gap, without the frequent asked question. That kind of rounds that part off. If you have any questions on that, I'll obviously answer them in the group. I'm going to put the social media blueprint back into the group. I think I've given it to you all before, but all this stuff in detail is in there. I've logged it all. I've done it Jerry Maguire style. Have you ever seen the film Jerry Maguire?
Yeah.
So, quick fun story. Jerry Maguire is one of my favourites ever films. I love that film. And everyone, it's famous, that film, for the famous scene, Show Me the Money. But I don't think that's the best part of the film. I think the best part of the film is at the start, where he's kind of like disillusioned with all the shitty sports agents people who are doing shitty sales tactics, and all they're trying to do is make money and offer big contracts and da-da-da-da-da. And all the players are getting pissed off, and he's getting really pissed off. And he goes home one day, and he kind of has an epiphany, and he kind of types out his mission statements, and he stays up all night writing his huge mission statements on his laptop with coffee, sweating his head off, and he's going to change the world. He's going to change the sports industry forever. And he goes in the next day, and he makes this massive speech in front of everyone. And he's thinking everyone's just going to be like, yeah, amazing. And no one listens to him. Everyone just carries on doing what they're doing, except for one person who ends up to be his love interest in the film. And he's like, I'll stand with you, Jerry. And then they kind of go off, and the film happens from there. But I love that part because it's him taking on a bigger vision, and it's him sort of taking his purpose in life and making it happen against against the system, against what everyone believes. And I love that. That just resonated with me so hard. And when I had the baby last year, I kind of got to this point with the content movement where it's what are we actually doing? What's our purpose? What we do? What's the big outcome that I'm helping people with? And the thing that I came to was that everyone has great ideas. Tom Phillips has a great idea. Nikki from Would You Wellbeing has a great idea. Maria has a great idea. Lauren Long has a great idea. Everyone's got good ideas, and I got fascinated. It's what that was the common denominator between all our successful clients. But there was also a common denominator between everyone who wasn't successful. And I was looking at it going, why do some people end up making these ideas a reality and other people don't? And I think it's because people do get caught in the rat race of life. It might be the family telling them that, just get a safe 9 to 5, or, you got kids, take the safe option, or this and that. And you get caught in this rat race where they have these ideas, they want to get it off the ground, but they either don't know how, they can't, or something's holding them back from doing it. So at the top of the mission statements, I literally put, we create and share ideas. So this is where I got the big ideas thing from, because it was it was all born from Jerry Maguire. Because I was watching that film, and it was funny. Anyway, on a tangent, when we create content, we are literally creating our ideas in real time, and we're helping people in real time. Over time, as you build up enough goodwill and you accrue enough goodwill, people will start to offer you money for your service. And that's the key to it. Now, YouTube's a massive, massive, massive platform that is just ripe for these ideas. It's if you're in 10 years' time, if you start creating content now on YouTube, I guarantee you'll make more money and have more impact with people than you'll ever know. YouTube, massive, massive, massive. But YouTube is different in a lot of ways. YouTube is different from the social media platforms in the sense that you have to click a long form video to watch the video. You're not just going to get served it up. Does all that make sense so far?
Yeah.
So if we go on YouTube and I want to watch a video around content, or if I want to watch a hypnotherapy video by Tom, I literally have to go and click the video. It's not just going to immediately start playing like it would on Instagram. So that's the main thing. So the first thing we've got to focus on is the click. How do we get people to click? Because if they don't click, they don't watch. So the key is, how do we get people to click? And there's two things that we have to take into account here. It's the thumbnail of what people are looking at before they click the video, what's going to entice them to click, and the title of the video. So a lot of work on YouTube has to go into the thumbnail and it has to go into the title. So the reason why I always start with knowledge gaps, pain points, and frequent asked questions, because they're great titles. So you flip them problems into solutions. So if it is how to overcome morning dread, how to overcome morning dread, how to overcome anxiety in the morning, these are great titles, right? And you can generate loads. What people won't tell you about morning dread, revealed. Clickbait, right? So if someone's got morning dread and YouTube in it to see how they get rid of it, and you've got a great title and a great thumbnail, people are going to click that video 100%. Do you know, this made me actually, ironically, this actually made me quite sad, but one of the most Googled terms is how to be happy.
How to what?
How to be happy.
Okay.
So if you make a video, it's like how to overcome sadness and be happy forever. That it's likely that's going to get picked up by the algo, because that search is so popular, it's ridiculous. So that's the first part, and I can't emphasize it enough. And I spend a lot of time just working on thumbnails and titles. So when we're looking at like this exercise of like, and I'd even go as far as say set up like a little Google document or something, or set up a little spreadsheet of like knowledge gaps, pain points, frequent asked questions, and every time something comes up, throw it into there and use it as like a title generator for YouTube, because all these topics we want people to click on, right? We want the power of the click. That's the first thing. So pre-click, it's thumbnail, title, tags, keywords, all in the pre-upload. That's the first thing. Then it's the click. It's like once I click on that video, Tom, how to overcome morning dread. Once I click the video, I'll ask you guys the question: what's the first thing that's got to happen?
What's the first thing that's got to happen? Yeah. I think you've got to draw the viewer in and keep their attention.
Bingo, 100%. So we've got to. So I call it confirming the click. So even if it's like slightly off, people will stop watching. So if the title of the video is how to overcome morning dread, once they click, if it's like how to overcome anxiety, that's not morning dread. So the more specific, the better. You've got to confirm it. So that first sentence of the video needs to be, in this video, I'm going to show you how to overcome morning dread. It's got to confirm in their head that they're watching the right video. So I call it confirming the click. When you confirm that click, it makes people realize, oh, this guy's not bullshitting. I'm going to get the value that I need from this video. So if you're expecting people to spend 15 minutes watching a video, that first sort of 20, 30 seconds of the video is like super, super important, because people will switch off. People will absolutely switch off, because time is precious, right? So even if it's like, there was this video, right, that I was watching, and it was like I took on Gordon Ramsay in a cooking contest, and I beat him. His name was Nick De Giovanni or something like that, and he was on MasterChef in America, and he built this YouTube channel. He's got like 27 million followers or subscribers now, and he was great. He was like, the thumbnail was great, the title was great, and I clicked it. It's like now Gordon Ramsay was actually in the video, which is amazing. So soon as I clicked the video, Gordon Ramsay's standing there. So I know he's not bullshitting. I know he's confirmed the click because he's taken on Gordon Ramsay in a cooking contest. So the fact that Gordon Ramsay's standing there confirmed the click to me. Like, it's not Gordon Ramsay on a Zoom. It's not Gordon Ramsay's one of his recipes out of his recipe book. It's Gordon Ramsay standing there in the video. So I know that he's enticed me in with this thumbnail and title. And when I've clicked it, I'm getting exactly what I clicked on. So that's like super, super important. And then after that 30 seconds, once you've hooked them in, the two main things are building rapport and establishing the relationship. So it's like, so a great start to a video is we'll use that as an example all the way through this. How to overcome morning dread. Right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to overcome morning dread. You might be waking up in the morning anxious to go to work. You might be dreading even speaking to people, if they even if they're being nice to you. And I'm going to show you how to overcome all them issues. I'm Tom, and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and I help X people overcome X problem. You've established who you are, the relationship, and what's going to happen in the video. It could be, I'm going to take you through a 3-step process to overcome morning dread. These are the topics we're going to cover. We're going to cover what happens when you wake up, what happens when you feel anxious, what you should do in that situation, and then straight away I'm thinking, wow, I'm going to get out of this video what I clicked on. And then after that, that's when you go, I'm Tom, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and I help people do X, Y, Z. Straight away in the first minute of that video, you've put me at ease, you've built a relationship, I know who you are, and you've confirmed the click. Happy days. Bingo. That first minute is so important. There's loads of nuances like along the way. Like if you broke it down minute by minute, like you can do like visual hooks, you can do text on the screen, you can visually entice people. But as a start point, just speaking, if it's like this, when we're just speaking to each other, if this was a YouTube video now, there's no like visual interest to it, is there? It's just a kind of mundane split screen. There's no like flashy images or graphics or anything. It's just subject matter. So when I started this call today, it was like, today we're going to go through how we're going to craft a signature offer and master YouTube. Now in this call, hopefully you'll walk away going, I know a bit more about YouTube. I know a bit more about an offer. That's it. You know, you've got the outcome to it. In terms of YouTube, I would be making, as a start point, if you're looking to grow, every single one of these pain points, if you dedicated 20 minutes every day to just recording a video, how to overcome these pain points and knowledge gaps and frequently asked questions, it could just be a 4-minute video, it could be a 3-minute video, it could be a 10-minute video, 20-minute video, whatever, and upload it to YouTube. After a month, you will have 30 videos posted on YouTube, all of which get a little bit better because you're practicing. And each one would solve a pain point and knowledge gap or frequently asked question. When you get them things crop up with clients, you can direct them to your YouTube. Even if they're not a client and you potentially could become a client, you can direct them to your YouTube. Then you can make shorter form content on TikTok and Instagram, which directs people to the longer form video on YouTube. YouTube, honestly, like so powerful. It's really, really powerful. And if you do it right in that situation, so you're maybe even you can create playlists in there, you can create podcasts in there, you can do loads of things in there now, and just have like a playlist for pain points, a playlist for knowledge gaps, a playlist for frequently asked questions, and you just upload them constantly. From there, you can create shorter form content out of them longer form videos. You can use them as lead magnets, you can use them as sales assets, you could use them as marketing assets, you could use them as, you can put them into like a short course and put them as unlisted videos. I've created a mini course on how to overcome morning dread. Great example. I've created a mini course on how to get into Qigong. Right? Qigong. That's what I say. And the practicality of launching on YouTube is you're planting a seed, you're posting, you're creating a thumbnail and title for people to click on. They are then clicking, you are then confirming the click, you're establishing a relationship, building rapport, and solving the problem. That's it. There is a nuance to this though, is that YouTube is so vast and so big that as a start point for the first month or two, just get used, set yourself a target, could be 50 videos, could be 100 videos. Right, so the goal is to post, let's say 100 videos. I want to get to 100 videos on YouTube. The goal is not to grow on YouTube as such. The goal is to make each video 1% better every time. The goal of each video is just to slowly iterate and improve your video. That could be the slightest tweak. That could be an audio tweak. It could be a lighting tweak. It could be a subject matter tweak. It could be that title could have been a bit better. It could be the thumbnail didn't quite work in line with what the subject matter was. It could be the keywords in the description didn't really match up with the subject matter. It could be the visuals were a bit off. It could be the color grading was a bit off. It could be I wasn't really in the mood that day and I wasn't so energetic in the video as such. But when I done it at 9 o'clock in the morning as opposed to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I had a bit more energy. So maybe like 9 o'clock's the best filming time. It could be anything. But as long as 1% gets better every time, you'll have 100 videos where you've constantly improved on. And I guarantee after 100 videos of constantly improving, it will be different. Now, I'm in this process as well. So I'm just starting out my new YouTube channel. So I've got an old fitness one, which I grew quite a bit. And I'm obviously working with different people now to grow their YouTube channels. Ken Ferguson, who's an MP, just got his, just monetized his YouTube. And Nicola Graham's well on her way now to monetizing her YouTube as well. So some good stories. Now I'm doing the process that I've given you guys today. I'm doing exactly myself. So it's not like I'm telling you to go and do something and then there's something else. There's no gatekeeping here. I'm going to go on the journey with you. And my challenge to myself in August is I'm going to document the whole thing of getting to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's going to be my thing.
It's like about accountability though, isn't it? So we can all have an agreement now, here and now. Okay, I'm thinking, how many can I realistically do? Because if I say I'm going to do it with you guys now, I will do it because my brain will like that challenge. It's like what you were saying about posting about it, because you can do that. I just started doing 7 days of doing my journal because I'm terrible at that. I thought it's something small, but then I can say, okay, I've enjoyed that. Right, I'm going to challenge myself to do these YouTube. That's when I'm building to. So, Tom, how many videos are you going to do? Because I'm going to decide how many I'm going to do.
Well, I've already set myself a target of 1 long form video a week for the rest of the year. So that should be about 24 by the end of the year. But then I can chop those into shorter form videos. The interesting thing is I set that target at the beginning of the year. And by June, I'd done 2. So I was way off on that one, but I'm kind of on track at the moment because I've got a couple of videos recorded now that I just need to edit and get out there. And it's good to hear Steve talking about what he's talking about because I think I'm pretty much following that process as well, which is good. So I'm going to do that. So the long form videos 1 a week, chop those into shorter videos. I'm also using couple of websites. So one's called 11 Labs, which does text to speech voiceover, and also Pictory. So what I can do is I can create shorter videos, or I can actually create the script for a short video, put it into 11 Labs to get the voiceover, and then put it into Pictory, and Pictory automatically creates the video for me. So I'll have some kind of more educational videos going out that won't be me, but will be my brand, my voice, if you like. So that there'll be a lot more content going out.
I love it, mate. You're going to get a lot of that over the next year or two. You're going to get a lot more of that as well. It's one of them things where you think, right, when I think I'm doing enough, it's probably not enough. So if you're posting, like 2 years ago, if we had this conversation 2 years ago, posting twice a week was fine. Posting 4 times a week, fine. Posting 7 times a week, fine. Like, it's all fine. But the way that algorithms are set up now, where it's interest-based rather than like follower-based, the power of the follow button's gone way down, and the power of interest has gone up. So if I'm interested in like content marketing, I'm really into content marketing, and I'm really into like the creator economy. So I watch a lot of videos around the creator economy. Now, I'm not following a lot of these accounts, but I'm getting presented the content because I like it. I'm watching similar stuff, but I'm not actively choosing to follow them. I'm just getting served it up because I'm watching a lot of it. So if someone's watching a lot of content around hypnotherapy and anxiety and overcoming dread, the likelihood is if you're making content around that stuff, they're going to start getting served it up. And it's a very niche thing, right? So if someone wants to become more balanced in their life and in their body, and they're thinking about alternative forms of exercise, and you're making loads of stuff around getting better balance and getting better, you know.
What are you saying? Liking the content of somebody else's content? Is that what you're saying?
No, if you're watching, if someone's watching that content, they're going to get served
watching
up
other
more.
people's.
Yeah. So like, let's say, for example, I'm making content around content marketing, and then someone's watching that content quite a bit, and it's almost at a point where they can consider working with me. And then Tom comes along and starts making the same style of content, the same content marketing stuff. The likelihood is that person who's consuming the content is not only going to get served up my stuff, but they're going to get served up Tom's stuff as well, because the algorithm recognizes, because it's been watching my stuff.
Right.
It will probably like Tom's stuff as well.
Okay.
Now, if I'm not in the market to buy a puppy, but if I start considering buying a puppy, then, and I start looking at puppy content, the likelihood is I'm going to start getting served up puppy content and kennel content and how to, how to nurture a puppy content, all that kind of stuff. So it's recognized. So basically, TikTok came along and went, we think that we can put together a feed that you're more interested in, that you can put together yourself. And the problem is they were right, because then Instagram changed their algorithm and YouTube changed their algorithm to say, we're not going to, you might follow someone that you're not interested in, but it's kind of like your cousin who, it might be like your cousin who never posts on social media, but you're just following because they're your cousin. There's no point in you really following that person, even though it's just nice to follow them because it's your cousin. Whereas if you're
Can I ask one more question as well? What we're saying? Sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt.
Sorry,
you didn't say there's a difference.
Right. So if, let's say, for example, you go on holiday somewhere and you get friendly with someone on holiday and you become friends with them on Facebook, let's say. And then 5 years later, you're still friends with them on Facebook, but you've never spoken to them since, and you've never spoken to them, and you're never going to speak to them again, but you are friends on Facebook. Facebook have now gone, we recognize that. And we know you're not interested in this person anymore. But what you are interested in is hypnotherapy. And what you are interested in is content marketing. And what you are interested in is alternate forms of exercise. So we're going to give you that content instead of the people that you follow that you're not interested in. That's what they've kind of done. So making content that's really specific to the niche on YouTube is massively helpful, because it will get presented to the right people. the algorithm will do its thing and it will present it to the right people who it's trying to help. So this is why it's really important in the videos to actually say who it's for. This is for coaches. This is for regular people who live in Liverpool. This is for people of Ormskirk. You know, like physically saying it really will boost it because the algorithms will pick that up and it will present it to the right people. So I know if I tag myself in somewhere in Liverpool city centre, that piece of content will probably surface around the amount of people I get coming up to me saying, "I've seen you on TikTok." I'm like, I didn't even know you followed me. I don't follow you, I've just seen you. For that reason.
Can I ask a quick question?
So there's loads of nuances to it. Loads of nuances to it.
No, you're talking about short videos and long videos. Is there like a, you know, when you do an Instagram post, you know that if you're going to do an actual post, you've got a minute and a half max.
Yeah.
What do you mean by short and long? Is there a time frame that you're aiming for with those, or?
So, this is my general rule. If it's under 3 minutes, it's short, and if it's over 3 minutes, it's long.
Just say that's a bit slower, Steve. I can't catch you. Sorry.
So if it's under 3 minutes, it's short form, and if it's over 3 minutes, it's long form.
Okay.
Now, other people might tell you different, but that's just my sort of logic behind it.
Is there a kind of, you think there's a time that you found works for you? You know, people get bored after. I mean, I think this when you do a lecture, they say they'll only listen to 15 minutes of your lecture. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what you find.
I always, as a general sort of as a general thought process when creating a piece of content, if it's short form, I always keep it below a minute. And in that short form video, I want them to take at least one thing from it, just one main thing. That's it. I just want them to get one golden nugget from that thing. Now, if you're doing like a lecture style video or a presentation, like today, like if you guys can walk away from this call with 2 or 3 golden nuggets that you can just implement, that's a job done. I don't expect you to like remember every word that I've said, but if you can just take away like 2 or 3 things, like I need to confirm the click, I need to build a rapport in the first minute. That's it. Like you've got the golden nuggets and you can go and implement it. That's job done. It's like if, like you say, if people absorb 15 minutes of an hour's piece of content, that's good. That is really good because people like constantly thinking about things and absorbing things at the same time as watching things, and it's so I always think if you can take away 2 or 3 golden nuggets from an hour-long video, that's a great return. A great return. But going back to the challenge, I like Tom's goal of achieving 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I mean, that's my goal as well. But actually, my goal isn't really necessarily 1,000 subscribers. I just want to monetize my YouTube channel. I just want to get money rolling in from YouTube, just from creating stuff. So if I can do that, then great. If I don't, then I'll fail on my arse. But it's a great goal to have. So my challenge to you from this is think about what you guys actually want from the content. Like what's the goal? If it's to monetize YouTube, fantastic. If it's to, get more clients, fantastic. So you can say my goal this month is to get 5 clients organically from social media. Okay, that's a great goal. Let's figure out a roadmap to that thing. I want to gain 100 followers on Instagram. Okay, great. How do we do that? I want to reach 100,000 accounts through views. Okay, great. Let's do that. I want to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Okay, great. What's the roadmap? Let's do that. So have a good think about what that goal is. We're going to roll it through August. I'm going to do this call every single week, and this is going to be our accountability check-in. I'm going to invite other people in. We're going to get other people involved. So people might drop in and out every week, but it's all going to be recorded. And yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited for everyone to start achieving the goals, because social media, we live now in an attention economy, and it's a fight for attention. It's not you know, we need eyes on our stuff, and we want to get eyes on our stuff, and there's a great way of doing it. And I think challenges like this, but not just having the challenge and the accountability there, but actually documenting the challenge as you're going through it. So it's like, I want to make £10,000 in a month. Okay, I'm not making anything at the moment. How do I make £10,000 in a month? Okay, day one, making 10 grand in a month. This is what I've done. Day two, this is what I've done. Day three, I've made 100 quid. Day four, I didn't make any sales today. Day five, I'll make 500 quid. Happy days. And then you go through the process. And the reason why it's so addictive is people want to see the outcome. I might not make 10 grand at the end of the month. I might fail on my arse, but at least I've tried and people have seen it. And it's just such a relatable thing to people. It's like, I might not get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I might not do that, but I'll fall on my arse trying. You know what I mean? It's like, what does 50 Cent say? Get rich or die trying. Like, it's that same sort of thing, isn't it? Mm. It's like, get 1,000 subscribers or die trying.
Well, good for you, Steve. I'm going to try too. When I might fall on my arse, we'll all fall on our arses together, and then we'll get back up and we'll come up with a plan B.
You know, and the likelihood is, though, is that whether it takes 30 days or 60 days or 6 months or a year, whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't actually matter. It's the fact that you're offering value to people over time and accruing that goodwill where people, I guarantee that if you posted 100 videos in the next 6 months, I guarantee you'd have more clients and more money coming in than what you do now. I guarantee it.
But you know what? I think it's all about experience, because I had to do a video for, someone asked me to do an ADHD, like a neurodiverse, like for parents looking after children with neurodivergent issues. And I must have videoed this video about 50 times. I mean, in the end, I've got it done. But what I've learned by doing that, you know, hi, I'm Nikki from Wooty Wellbeing. You know, so, and now, like when I do my classes, I know all the little snippets I'm putting in because I've tried that many times with these videos. So I do think what you're saying is absolutely right. And I don't think any of us are going to fall on our arse in this course. So I think we just need to go and do it. I've got to go in a minute because I've got a meeting in town. So what time does it finish?
So the worst, just last thing before we go, what I don't want to see from anyone is, hi guys, I'm Steve. Remember me? I haven't created content for a while. Hi guys, how are you? That's not an intro to a video. That's not what I want to see. That's the quickest way to lose attention.
I never do that, Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve, and I'm a social media guy, and I create content. No one cares. Like, it's, here's how to create a signature offer and launch on YouTube. I'm Steve, and I run a social media agency. And today I'm going to show you a 3-step framework to creating the blueprint to launch on YouTube. Done. Yeah.
Just say that again, but say it slower, because I'm not catching you, and it's gold. Come on, just say it a little slower.
Instead of the typical intro is, hi guys, hope you're well. That's not good.
I don't do that at all. Come on. What do we need to do?
A better intro is confirm the click. Confirm it. There's one thing you can take away from today. It's confirm the click. It's in this video. I'm going to show you a 3-step framework to overcoming morning dread. I'm Tom Phillips, and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and I've worked with over 100 people in the last year to do this exact thing.
Okay.
That as a start point. It's confirmed the click, it's established the relationship, and it's built rapport. It's established everything you need. Then you can start going into the subject matter. And again, there's loads of frameworks that you can use for storytelling, for how to structure a video, how to structure a tutorial video or a podcast or whatever. I'll give you all them. That's subject matter for a different day. But for today, we're going to challenge ourselves to hit a goal on social over the next 30 days. We're going to get on YouTube and do just set a number of videos. We're going to do my next 10 videos. I'm going to make each one better. I'm going to do 20 videos. I'm going to make each one better. we'll do 100 videos and make each one better. I guarantee that if you do 100 videos and you make each one better, you will have more clients, more money, and more impact from social than you can ever imagine. Promise. And yeah, if you do have any further questions, or like it always happens to me, I get off a call and I'm like, oh, I had that question, didn't ask him. Drop it in the group. I'll drop this recording in the community, and yeah, we'll reconvene next week at 8 a.m. I hope you've got a lot of value, guys. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, definitely brilliant. I think it kind of
Thanks,
reaffirms
Steve.
what I've been doing anyway, but it's really good. Cheers, buddy.
Yeah, nice one, mate. Appreciate your time. See you soon.
Yeah, cheers. See you soon.
See you soon.
See you tomorrow, Tom.